Hi there, welcome back to the channel. So today we're back on the engine. We're going to try and get the damper off, or crank pulley, whatever you want to call it, and if we can get that off, then we'll be able to pull off this cover here and have a look at the oil pump. So in the previous update I just mentioned what we were thinking about is possibly replacing this. I've read a little bit more, seen a few other posts about these dampers and people talking about weights of them and all sorts of things. Another one talking about how they wouldn't trust having a solid crank pulley in here. So we'll see. We're going to get this one off. I am starting to lean towards not having one, a solid crank pulley, but again, I'll wait until I've read your your comments on this. So as was mentioned, use a digger gun. So let's see what we get with this. I didn't have my 15mm socket for it, so hopefully we'll be alright with this one, but let's give this a try. We want to reverse. Well, that's not doing much, is it? What else did I have in there? Right, well, we'll try one more thing on that, but I don't think that's going to work. Let's try something. Hang on. Right, well, I guess that's not going to come off. What we'll do, we'll have to get the cam lockdown kit and go from there. But what we will do today, I'm going to go and get another tray because we're going to pull the sump off. I want to really try and let as much oil drip out of here as possible before we look at doing more work on the head. So the other thing is also I want to turn it upside down and have a look at it. I don't want to do that until I've made sure that there's not too much residual oil in there. We don't want it all. I don't want it all dripping all the way back up and out again. But we will find something to sit underneath, and then we'll go from there. Right, we've got our oil pan. Just help that sit there. Wow, we'll catch it. Probably lose it again. Right. We're going to go around and undo these so it's not good when you're 10mm, and then one that doesn't fit, because it looks, to be honest, a bit like a 13mm. I don't know what's been happening to this engine, but I was feeling some of these nuts weren't correctly torqued. Right, we'll just come around and see what we've got the other side. We did this one. Yep, this one. Yep. One underneath here. The long one. It's not too bad. Now, we'll have a quick look around the other side. So we had a 10 there, 10 there, 10 there, and yeah, 12, 13 maybe. What do you think? I don't know what's happened underneath there. I'm hoping that hasn't been, maybe it's been drilled out. Anyway, let's go and get something a bit bigger. Alright, so what have we got? 13's the guess. Oh, don't want to do it up. Hang on, no. Upside down, aren't I? Okay, well, at least it was fairly loose. Alright, I'm going to zip these off. Right, last couple, as you can see on that last one, I had to pull that one out. That's the silicone holding onto it. And you've probably seen from all of these as they come out, quite a lot of oil sitting on them. You can see there, look, the silicone band around it. So when someone's put this in, they haven't even really been terribly careful as to where the silicone's gone. And because there's so much silicone there, I have no concerns about undoing all these bolts, because the sump, famous last words, is not going anywhere. Ooh, that one's an interesting colour, isn't it? That's not the colour you want to see. Last one, and it's brownish. Right, let's set this camera down somewhere and we'll tap this thing off. Okay, so silicone is easy, but the reasons why I personally don't like it. As you can see from here, this is quite close to the edge. Obviously this was around the edge and stuck. But what's that? Ooh, now that it's not metal. Luckily, it's not metal, but that is what leads to terminal breakdown of your engine. More commonly in N12s and N14s. Outside of that, apart from all of the silicone here, look, I'll be very interested to see when we turn this engine over if there's silicone in the oil pickup. You can see here, this is the fluids that I was a bit concerned about. Now, because this engine's been moved around a bit, it may be nothing, but it could be something to worry about. Let's have a quick look inside the oil pickup. What's that there? Yep, that is... Oh, I don't know if you saw that. Sorry, I'm not pointing in the right way. But more plastic in the oil pickup. Let's see if there's anything. Okay, maybe quite fortunate. I was expecting to find silicone in there. Right. Now I've seen that. Let's pop the engine upside down. See what we can see. We're going to leave this here for a minute. This will obviously be cleaned up significantly, and we will trace down. These are the bits of plastic. So when we said we'd probably do the timing chain, we'll definitely do in the timing chain. that's got to have come from the timing chain guide somewhere along the way. So one of the next things we'll have to do is pop out the tensioner, loosen that up, get that out, and have a look. But let's get this engine over and have a look inside. Okay, what's very interesting to see here, there's still a gasket here that someone's put silicone over top of. Very interesting. Right, what we need is a torch, a good torch, so we can see down inside there. First of all, let's no play, not, oh, a little bit of sideways movement. Oh, and look, in the oil pickup, I can see more plastic. Let me get, yep, a screwdriver, something to dig that out with. So if we can just see in there, just, oh, that's just pushed it further in. Ooh, what have we got here? Oh, what the heck? Wow. The things you find inside engines, huh? Let's see if we can here it comes, slowly. Right, so considering how much oil you're going to want to pick up and take through the engine, it's another piece of, oh, that's good, just drop that in the engine. We'll get that out, that's coming around again. But as you can see, good maintenance. Well, maybe what, not good maintenance. This is like I said, this is a 100,000 mile engine. I'm not overly concerned yet. Let's see if we can pry off this. Right, I don't think that's had anything on it. So someone's literally had a bit of an oil leak, and for the sake of a few pounds, has just siliconed over that, over the bottom of it. And it probably wasn't that was leaking in the first place. As we saw, the crank sensor was definitely leaking quite a lot. So who knows whether this possibly wasn't even at fault. But anyway, that's going in the bin. Now, what do I want quickly? Not that one. This is what I want. Sideways movement. Again, I'm no engineer, so comments please. Is sideways movement bad? I'm picking it probably is okay a little bit. Whether this much, that may be a bit much. but don't know. Right, I definitely need a light, which was one of the things I'm getting. Hang on a second. Right, got a bit of light. I think there's nothing really to see too much in here. What we do need to find, of course, is that piece of plastic I dropped in here, which was rather stupid of me. Maybe we'll, you can see the crank position sensor just there. It's obviously up here, and you can see there's obviously a lot of oil that gets thrown around in here, and it gets in there and that O-ring wears out and starts leaking. And you can see the gap in the teeth there. That's what the crank position sensor is picking up, so it knows where the crank is. Just there is where the dipstick comes through. So for now, I think we'll just give this a bit of a wipe down here, and then go from there. One thing, a question for anyone who knows as well, this bottom half of the engine block obviously comes off, it separates. If anyone can tell me how that's sealed and whether it's, I'm just wondering if it's worth, while I'm here, taking it apart and checking the seal in there. As you can see, the seal line in here. So it'd be good to know if that's something worth doing, while I'm here. Obviously, you're taking that off. You're basically opening up the crank shaft then, and who knows what else I should be checking. But so, two things to check here. Should I check this seal? Should I take this apart and go that far? It's a bit further than I really want to be fair. But then I also need to check and know if this movement's okay. There's always going to be that question of, do I pull one off just to check the bearings and see how good they are? Maybe worth it, again with the engine here, because if we can make the engine good for another, who knows, 50,000, 100,000 miles, and this is the right time to be doing it. You see the oil squirters there. Now, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe those are unique to the W11 engine. You don't get these in the W10. Again, so that's just something I read. So again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it'd be good if someone can let me know if anyone else knows. Right, we're going to clean this up, then we'll turn the engine back up the other way so that we don't have engine pouring into head too much. Someone's probably telling me I shouldn't have done that, but anyway, let's get on with that. Right, just a quick overview. Sorry, is that light flickering? Damn it. That's not good. Can't get rid of that, can't turn it off. Anyway, quickly, so here's all the bits of plastic that have come out of the engine. So this piece here was in the oil pickup. These are all in the sump, and this piece of foil here, as you can see, it's folded over. It's come off the top of like a for oil, an oil can or something like that. And that was in the oil pickup. So you can imagine that two pieces like that, and you're down to picking up, 2/3, maybe half of the oil you should be. So not good. Anyway, I don't know how long that was in there. We've cleaned up a lot of the silicone off there, and now, the other thing was all these bolts. Oh, I missed one. Giving them a quick wipe down, get rid of most of it. So here's the one. Obviously, some mechanic had lost one at some point. Thought, oh, this is the same thread. Close enough. Just a 13mm bolt. You know, hey, I guess when needs must sometimes. Right, so not much more I can do today. Well, so we'll finish it up here. I don't know how, this may be a short video, but we'll see if we can add some other bits and pieces to it. We'll just see how we go. Right now, we need to go buy the cam locking tool, so we can put that on, take the valve cover off again, and put that on, and then try and undo this dampener. Because at the moment, she's not willing to let go.